Welcome to the demonstration of procedural anatomy. We're using a geometry node. So we've set down a geometry node in Houdini, and I've copied a preset Tommy model that we use. Tommy is a test geometry inside of Houdini. Here you can see we're just using that original character test geometry, deleting some attributes, adding some, changing some types around, making things easier for us to work with. And then zooming in here on the eye, we have the eyes being filled to make this a watertight mesh and converting back to polygons. This mesh, now that it's watertight, can be put into both sides. This doesn't quite make sense, but it'll become more apparent in the future. Here we're going in and changing the name of Tommy 1. Now, the name also is how we organize our folder structure. We're going to be doing a lot of caching, and you can see that this one already exists, so it loaded pretty quickly, but you'd have to press recache and possibly reload to change the internal cache that we're creating to start with. This cache is all about getting the volume of the character written to disk. And now we're placing different points around the body, and there's a hotkey that we use. You press F and then click where you want to place the bone, and then it just goes to the center of that volume. And this works because we're working with a volume as well too. So all that data we saved is what's defining how thick the body is, where we can place the ideal position for the hand in this instance, and then we're rotating around. The positioning of the bones is very important here, and we can just move between different axes and rotation spaces. This one is component space. You can see we're just scaling up the hands based on that. And then we're able to right click in the menu there, and the turn on, snapping fingers is available, which allows us to just place the fingers efficiently and quickly. Now we're just moving these out to the surface. Some of these are required to be on the surface. Some of them are required to be in the center of the body. Some of them can be moved around to find kind of the best position based on any rig or character that you've have before. The rig and the bones work hand in hand. So we're placing this as a first step, and then we're going to be moving on to the skeleton next. Now that we've finished that, place a skeleton node. And because this is beta software, we will be patient and wait. Do, 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 do. Head is bobbing in the background. Things are happening. We're still here. Don't turn it off. Oh, there we go. So now you can visualize the skeleton inside of the body. And now you see we've placed the display flag, the blue control on the node, on the skeleton, but we've selected the model, and now we're able to see different things like how we can place the skeleton through, like closer to the knee, closer to the ankle, place the knee closer to the knee, closer to the ankle, or the elbow closer to the wrist or closer to the shoulder based on these sliders. It works best with a symmetrical character, but it will work with asymmetrical characters as well. You can see us move the clavicle into position where the main point you want to move first is just the front of the clavicle, and then we can play with the rest later. And here we find the straightening of the clavicle. This, while unrealistic, is just the way that the model was shaped, so I did that. And here we've turned on the SDF as well. The SDF is to keep the model's shape inside of the character. You can, by default, go outside of the character. this is the rib cage modifications we can do, and just making the rib cage thicker or thinner based on the skin of the character. And then now we're moving on to finding a good view to understand what's going on with the spine, because you can see there's some separation in the spine and it looks just too small right now. This is a temporary fix, I think. Maybe we will change it before the main release, but the idea being that the spine should be able to find the center of it and should scale like this automatically. But right now we're giving you this control to do the fine tuning and adjustments, and the ramp that you've modified or that we modified here refers to allowing these adjustments to happen. Basically, if it's the ramp is fully on, you can do it along the spine. Otherwise, it'll just go back to the automated values. If you set it back to 0, basically on the ramp, and the ramp follows from the base of the spine to the head. And now you can see again, we can make adjustments, fine tune things by moving them around with the character selected and visible over top of it with the guide geometry. The most of it looks good actually right about now. There's some things that could be better, but we're going to make the muscles node here. And this is where we wait even longer. But the upside is you take a long time to load the first time. After the first time, it is slightly faster to work with. And I've moved the screen up to show you in real time what we're doing. And lo and behold, the muscles have been placed. You can select different muscles and hide them, and shift click to make them opposite, or click off to just bring the rest of them back, give you the names, show you different layering of different muscles. Some of it's not perfect. It really is based off of how well you output, or how well you place the skeleton, and we're going to try to make that a lot easier. The main thing is, though, you can just straight up put an output node down after that, and then you get all the different controls. All right, bye-bye.